ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नत्वा श्रीभारती तीर्थ
श्री भारती तीर्थ
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरौ
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरौ
अधीमहे पंचदशी
अधीमहे पंचदशी
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
श्लोक नंबर 13। अक्षेष्वर्तापितेष्वेतत् गुणदोषविचारकम् सत्त्वं रजस्तमश्चास्य गुणा विक्रियते हि तैः। वैराग्यं क्षान्तिरौदार्यम् इत्याद्या सत्त्वसम्भवाः
इत्याद्यासत्सम्भवाः
कामक्रोधो लोभयत्नौ
कामक्रोधो लोभयत्नौ
इत्याद्या रजसोत्थिताः
इत्याद्या रजसोत्थिताः
आलस्य भ्रान्तितन्द्राद्याः
आलस्य भ्रान्तितन्त्राद्य
विकारास्तमसोत्थिताः
विकारास्तमसोत्थिताः
सात्विकैः पुण्यनिष्पत्तिः
सात्विकैः पुण्यनिष्पत्तिः
पापोत्पत्तिश्च राजसैः
पापोत्पत्तिश्च राजसैः
After this we have seen. Is my voice clear? Audible, no?
Yes, dear.
Yes.
अक्षेषु इत्युक्ते इन्द्रियेषु इन्द्रियेषु इन्द्रिय अर्थेषु अर्पितेषु सत्सु सत्सु एतद् गुणदोषविचारकं सत्त्वं रजस्तमस् तमश्चास्य तमः सत्त्वं रजस्तमः च अस्य गुणाः विक्रियते हि तैः. So vicharakam, gunadosha vicharakam. What is that gunadosha vicharakam? Which does the vichara analysis of the merits and demerits. Gunadosha vicharakam. Gunanam dosha vicharakam. Gunadosha vicharakam. Vicharakam napumsakalinga. Therefore, manaha talks about manaha. It's an adjective to manaha. Gunascha doshascha gunadosha. Gunadosha yogo vicharakam. Gunadosha vicharakam. Manaha sattva rajas tamascha asya gunaha vikriyate. Taihi. Taihi vikriyate. Taihi kaihi sattva rajas tamobhihi gunaihi vikriyate manaha. Maya, which is the material cause of creation, is made of three gunas. For want of better translation, I use three gunas as three influential forces. The three gunas of Maya, which is a material cause of this Jagat. From that, out of these gunas, from that are born this Jagat and all the bodies and sense organs, mind, etc. So, sattva, rajas, tamo gunaha, karana gunaha. Therefore, in the Srishta Jagat, Karya, in the Karya, they are present. Karana gunaha karye anuvartante. So these gunas are present in the Srishta Jagat also. So therefore, the sense organs, mind for example, if you take, it is made of Sattva guna. Even though the mind is made of Sattva guna, it is still influenced by the other three gunas. The influence of Sattva guna in the mind is in the form of certain attributes or characteristics which determine the character of the person, the nature of the person. Similarly, the influence of Rajoguna causes the mind of the person to enjoy certain attributes, certain characteristics, which again determines the character or nature, prakriti of the person. Similarly, tamoguna also. Therefore, those characteristics or attributes themselves are also called by the names sattva, rajas, tamaha, iti. The 18th chapter of the Gita talks about the gunas which manifest in a person. Shamastap, Shamodamastapaschaucham, Shantirarjavamevacha, Jnanam Vijnanam Astikyam, Brahma Karma Subhavajam. This Shamaha, Damaha, Tapaha, Shaucham, Kshantihi, Arjavam. All these are the qualities, the characteristics of the person. So therefore, the person is said to be a sattvika person. Sattvika gunaha. These sattva gunas are there. These are the characteristics of the person. Therefore, the person is said to be a sattvika. Since sattva gunas in the form of this characteristic manifest in the person, therefore the person is called a sattvika. Person is called a brahmana. Actually, it is called brahmana. Guna, from the guna drishti. From the perspective of the guna, that person is called a brahmana. When these characteristics are present, jnanam, vijnanam, astikyam. Similarly, shauryam, tejo, dhritir, dakshyam, yuddhe, chapya, palayanam, dhanam, ishvara, bhavascha, kshatram, karma, subhavajam. Similarly, shauryam, shurasya, bhavaha, tejaha, dhritihi, that courage, dhakshyam. So these are all the qualities of the person who is influenced by the rajoguna. Therefore, it's rajoguna pradhana purushaha. In Gita, it is said, yuddhe chapya palaganam. He doesn't run away from the yuddha. Yuddha meaning any conflict, doesn't run away from the problem. That is kshatriya guna. Therefore, based on the predominance of these gunas in the person, that person is said to be a kshatriya, guna drishtya. Similarly, who is a Vaishya? Vaishya in terms of the guna. In terms of karma also, a person can be Vaishya. Chaturvarnya maya srishtam, guna karma vibhagashaha. As Bhagavan said in the Gita. Now, guna perspective, if you see. Krishi Gaurakshya Vanijyam, Vaishya Karma Subhavajam. This agriculture, etc. Trading. These activities also are characterized by the predominance of Rajoguna, backed up by Tamoguna. Therefore, that person is a Vaishya. And Shudras are those Paricharyatmakam Karma, Shudrasyapi Svabhavajam. They do Seva, Shushrusha, for all other three. So those characteristics which manifest in the person because of the Tamoguna, that person is said to be a Shudra iti. So based on the dominance of the guna, we divide the persons. Therefore, these gunas combinations are influenced by these gunas. The mind of the person is influenced by these gunas. That determines the character or nature of the person, prakriti of the person, sabhava of the person. And one has choice to improve the sattva guna. One has choice to improve. One has choice over karma also in choosing the karma according to one's guna. If guna and karma, if the guna of the person, if the swabhava, the characteristics, the nature of the person matches with his karma, then that person would enjoy doing his karma. He will excel in that field. Suppose if it is not, if it is contradictory, then however he may struggle. That is why choosing the right profession, choosing the job to one's passion is important. One has to identify one's interest, one's talent, one's naturally given that disposition. And if the person involves in that, that person, that child will shine when it grows, rather than enforcing something on the child. So therefore, all these are the influence of the guna on the mind. So therefore, you can see the word guna is used as the material cause guna, mayat gunatmika. Now the mind of the person influenced by the sattva, rajas, and tamas, that manifests in the form of the nature of the person, character of the person, like vairagyam, kshantihi, shauryam, tejaha, even alasyam also, alasyam, bhranti, tandra, etc. Influenced by this, influenced by the guna, then that determines the character. Therefore, those characters are also called gunaha, sattva gunaha, indicators of the sattva gunaha. They are produced by sattva gunaha. So that is what we are seeing. Vairagyam, viragasya bhavaha. It is sattva sambhavaha. It is born of sattva guna, sattva vikaraha, sattva gunaha. So vairagyam, kshantihi. Kshantihi is kshama. Vairagyam is clarity, dispassion. Dispassion is fine. Clarity, yes, it's got objective outlook. Therefore, it is preceded by viveka. Vairagyam. Vairagyam always preceded by viveka. Should be preceded by viveka for a mumukshu, at least for a mumukshu. Kshantihi, accommodation, accommodating, putting effort, endurance. Kshama. Audaryam, udarasya bhavaha. Udarata, audaryam. Ityadyaha sattva sambhavaha. Sattva sambhavaha. Born of sattva vikaraha. These are said to be the sattva guna. All are born of sattva guna. Because born of sattva guna, therefore these are called sattva. These are also called sattva. Sattva gunaha. Because born of sattva, sattva karanam, and the karya which manifests in the form of this prakriti, the nature of the person, therefore that is also called sattva. So therefore, both the karanam and as well as karya, both are called by the same name. Therefore, we should be able to distinguish in what context we use the word sattva. The person said to be sattvika person. How do you call a person as a sattvika? Because these gunas, these characteristics are seen in the person. Therefore, that person is sattvika. Not that that person is completely made of sattva aspect of the Panchamahabhuta. Everyone is made up of all the three gunas. Because these gunas manifest in the person, vairagyam, shantihi, audaryam, etc. Therefore, that person said to be a sattva gunaha, brahmanaha iti. In fact, whoever may be having this, enjoying these qualities. Therefore, karya drishtya, this manifests in the person. Therefore, the person is called sattva guna purushaha. So these gunas are also called sattva. These gunas are also called sattva. These gunas manifest in the person. That person is called sattvika person. So both the karanam and karya are both are indicated by the word the guna only, sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. So therefore, understanding the context, when you talk about Maya as the karanam for this jagat, it is Trigunatvika. That's why I translate it as three great influential forces. This Maya is manifesting. Maya, the the Jagat manifest from the Maya Sagita Brahma, Brahma with Maya. So Maya is made of three gunas, therefore Jagat also made of three gunas. And the three gunas are invariably present in the creation, in the body, the mind, the senses, everywhere. Everything enjoys the three gunas. In terms of these qualities, how do you infer? By the behavior of the person, by the action of the person. The person said to enjoy. So the mind is influenced by these gunas. Therefore, that determines the prakriti of the person. Therefore, we call these are the sattva guna. This one has to cultivate. Karma yoga is meant for cultivating more and more sattva, minimizing rajas and tamas. When the mind, which is made of sattva, enjoys more of these gunas, then moksha is not far away. That is the idea. Then kama krodho lobha yatno. They are rajoguna. They are born of rajas. In Gita also we are saying kama yeshaha krodha yeshaha rajoguna samudbhavaha born of rajas. Because activity is involved. So kama, krodha, lobha, yatna, prayatna, ityadyaha. So all the abhilasha, etc., everything, they are born of rajo vikaraha. Uttitaha, utpannaha, vikaraha, modification. So the mind is influenced by this in the form of the vritti. The mind is influenced by this. The mind is influenced by in the form of the vritti. This vritti, kama vritti, krodha vritti. Vairagyam also vritti. Kshantihi, audaryam, everything in the form of the vritti only. Vritti. The vritti, whatever may be the vritti, it is known to the mind. It is available for the recognition of the mind. Therefore, mind has to be made of sattva. That is why we say, from the sattva aspect of all the Panchamahabhuta, mind is created. In the beginning, we saw, not only here, Tattva Bodha, Vedanta Sara, everywhere, we have seen how the mind is created. This Chanchalatmakam Manaha, all the vritti, whatever may be the vritti, it's available for the perception of, for the recognition of the mind, only through the mind. There is no other way. There is no other way to know the vritti. And if the vritti is kama vritti, krodha vritti, lobha vritti, they're all born of rajoguna. When it influences the mind of the person, that person becomes rajoguna purushaha. So based on this manifestation of these gunas occur, and when it manifests in the form of the karma, the action, then then we say the person is said to enjoy these gunas. So therefore, the sabhava of the person is also called by the same name, rajoguna pradhana puruchaha, rajogunaha iti. These are all the rajoguna, characteristics of rajoguna. Then the next shloka, we saw alasya. Alasyam, bhranti, tandra, alasyam, laziness, slothfulness, alasyam, procrastination, everything, all these are tamas. Bhranti, delusion, confusion, bhranti, tandra, laziness, all these are tamasa uttitaha, tamottitaha, tamasaha vikaraha, alasyam ityadi. Now, satvikaihi punya nishpattihi, papotpattischa rajasaihi. This alasyam, bhranti, tandra, all these are vikara of tamoguna. And Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Yatna, these are vikara of Rajoguna. Vairagyam, Kshanti, Audari, Vityadyaha, vikaras of Sattva-guna. So this Sattva vikara, Rajo vikara, Tamo vikara, right? These manifest in the form of the action of the person. The action of the person is influenced by his swabhava, his character. Therefore, in the karma, satvikaihi karma bhihi. Therefore, if the karma is satvika karma, punya nishpattihi bhavati, influenced by the sattva guna, the person performs karma and the karma produces punyam. Karma produces punyam, punya nishpattihi. Punya nishpattihi, punya utpattihi. Punya se utpattihi satvikaihi karma bhihi. Not by the guna converted into karma. Influenced by this guna, the person performs karma. The sattva guna, these are the attributes, these are the attributes of the person who enjoys sattva guna. Therefore, the gunas are called sattva, and the guna now influencing the person may make him propel him to the action, and the action produces punyam. Similarly, with regard to the rajoguna, rajasehi, papa utpattihi. It makes him engage in papa karma. Papa karmasu pravrittim janayanti. This rajasaha. So it forces him to engage in papa karma. Therefore, papasya utpattihi. It produces papam. Therefore, for punya utpattihi, it is the factor what influences rajoguna. For papa utpattihi, it is tamoguna. That is why minimizing papam, maximizing punya. Therefore, this sattva guna one has to cultivate. All this karma yoga is meant for this sattva guna. Raga, dvesha, nivritti. Raga is kama. Dvesha is also another form of kama only. These are rajoguna, samudbhavaha. Therefore, under the influence of rajoguna, when these come, then the person will not be able to enjoy shanti. Ashantasya kutas sukham. Therefore, how can he pursue moksha? Therefore, karma yoga is meant for this raga, dvesha, nivritti, for gaining this shanti, shanta manas, relatively peaceful mind. The mind which is relatively tranquil, relatively content, relatively enjoys security, that mind. That is the intention of this the yoga, the karma yoga. Then the next shloka, which we have to read, let us read from there. Shloka number 16. Tamasair no bhayam kintu vritayuhu kshapanam bhaved.
क्षपणं भवेत्
अत्राहं प्रत्ययी कर्ता
कर्ता
इत्येवं लोकव्यवस्थितिः.
इत्येवं लोकव्यवस्थितिः
अत्राहं प्रत्ययी कर्तेति can split. एवं लोकव्यवस्थितिः, then it fits in the meter. Okay. कर्ता plus iti plus एवं कर्तेत्येवं. अहम् अत्राहं प्रत्ययी कर्तेति एवं लोकव्यवस्थितिः. Okay. Anyway. So tamasaihi. Now with sattva-guna, rajoguna, we have seen influence of that. Then tamo-guna, tamasaihi, ubayam, tamasaihi, na ubayam, ubayam, na, both are not. Both are not there for tamoguna. What is that? What are that both? Punya and papa. Neither punyam nor papam. Punyam is not there, papam also is not there. If the mind is the mind of the person, that is nature of the person. Nature of the person is nothing but the mind of the person. The swabhava of the person, the prakriti of the person is nothing but this, the mind of the person. As the mind, so the person. All these are connected. As the food, so the blood. So the blood, so the mind. So the mind, so the person. So it's all connected. That's why one has to exercise caution over what one consumes also. That is why Sattvika Annam, Rajasika, Tamasika Annam. The Annam made of the three gunas influences the mind of the person. In fact, mind is made of Annam. Mind is also Jadam only. It is made of Annam. The topic is going to come later. We will see. The mind is made of Annam. Mind is material, Jada. And the mind is nourished by Annam, the food what we consume. If we know this fact, then we'll be very careful about what we consume. What we consume goes, that the part of the Annam food goes to nourish the mind. Okay, now this Tamasaihi Ubayam na Nishpadyate. Ubayam na Nishpadyate. That is Punya Nishpattihi, Papa Nishpattihi. Both are not there by, both are not for the person, both are not for the mind, which is tamasic. Then it seems to be a good one, neither punya nor papam. Then the person must be a jnani. No punya, no papam. That is a state we aspire for punya papa, atitaha. But that is not. Why? Because the action which is rajoguna samudbhavaha, action leads to punyam and papa. No action means no punya papa. If you don't do any karma, no pravritti, therefore no palam, no karma palam in the form of papa punya. Kintu, it is so no punya, no papa. Therefore, one may think it is something good. That is what we want. We don't neither want papa, neither want punya. No, one cannot one cannot really enjoy this condition. Why? Because kintu vrita ayuhu kshapanam bhavet. Ayuhu means life. This life, this jivanam, ayuhu, this jivanam, kshapanam bhavet. This life is wasted. If a person having born, taken this human sharira, if it doesn't do karma, if it doesn't engage in karma, then his life is wasted. What is the difference between him and the stone? In fact, nobody can remain without karma. That is another thing. Naki kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtate karma krita. Suppose the person doesn't do karma. Suppose a person doesn't do karma, doesn't engage in any activity, his life is wasted. His life becomes useless. Vrita is useless. Ayugu, jivanam, kshapanam bhavet, kshayaha bhavet. Is like an animal only. If he doesn't do anything, there is no punya papa for animals. Animals have bhoktra sharira. They are meant only for enjoyment. Their enjoyment, it is karma pala anubhava. Enjoyment means not really enjoyment. Enjoyment of punya and papa, karma. Anubhava. Pashu shariram or any other beings other than human beings, they are meant for only exhausting the karma pala, not for gaining any punya papa. Therefore, no punya papa for animals because kartrutvam not there. They are not karta. Kartrutvam not there. They are only simply bhokta only. So if a person also, a human being also, doesn't engage in any activity, he is also like an animal, like animals, like he is also like animals, not doing anything. What makes, what differentiates the animal and the human beings is this dharma. Agara nidra bhaya maitunam cha samanya maitat pashubir narana. This dharma only, this dharma, that karma only, that is a free will only, distinguishes the human beings from the animals. Dharmaha hi tesham adhiko visheshaha. That dharma not there, if karma not there, if the free will is not there, free will is there, therefore choice is there, therefore one chooses to perform an action. Kartum shakyam, akartum shakyam, anyata va kartum shakyam. The free will is there. Human being enjoys free will. The free will is required, Bhagavan has given, because that has to be properly used, employed for gaining moksha. It is given, it can be used and abused also. Use it for gaining moksha. Animals, they don't have the privilege. Therefore, human beings have free will. Animals, they don't have. Cows doesn't have free will. Cows don't have free will. A cow doesn't enjoy free will. It has got bhoktar shariram. It has got only bhoktrutvam, no kartrutvam. Therefore, by tamasic mind, the mind which is tamas, the mind which is tamas, influenced by tamas, the person doesn't apply his free will and do karma to exhaust his sanchita karma. To exhaust his sanchita karma. Animals don't have option to exhaust sanchita karma because they are programmed. They are simply bhokta. Whereas human beings, not like that. Human beings are not programmed. Human beings have free will. Therefore, they can exhaust sanchita karma. Sanchita karma can be exhausted only by exhausted while undergoing prarabdha karma in the body of the human being. Prarabdha karma. This janma is because of prarabdha karma. And also karma which has been stored, that also has to be exhausted. How do you exhaust it? Only by doing. The sanchita karma can be neutralized also by, if it is papa, it can be neutralized by gaining punya. If the person is tamasic, then he doesn't make a use of this opportunity, this jivanam, this life. Therefore, his life is shapanam. It is kshayaha, shapanam. It is wasted. Becomes It is wasted. It is useless for him. He made it useless. This life he made it useless. In fact, we say this: the person who is not able to think, who is not able to think properly, who doesn't have the viveka buddhi. It's unfortunate that mentally retarded. I mean that mad people, they are not able to use this viveka buddhi. Therefore, the privilege of getting moksha is not there for them, at least in this janma, not there. Because of some serious prarabdha, whatever it is they have done, in this janma, they have lost the opportunity to apply their viveka and strive for moksha. That is lost. They don't have sanity. Sanity is not there, and how can they think? They live in their own world, pratibhasika prapancha. So that privilege of this this uh, this moksha is not there for them. Unfortunate it is. It is karma. It's a force. It is a powerful karma that denied moksha for them. This janma at least. It has to be exhausted. It is so powerful, the karma, that is why that birth, even though born as a human being, they are like jada, like Agalya. Gautama, he cursed Agalya to be a stone. Stone means not literally a stone. That is like a stone, not able to think. That is not the mind is given, but not able to use. That is the shapa. That is the petrification, petrifying. So therefore, the mind, when influenced by tamas, and therefore the person doesn't do any karma, thereby not gaining any punyam or papam, in order to experience the sanchita, then the life of the person is wasted. So this is the disadvantage of having the mind which is tamasi. This is a disadvantage for the tamasika person has. So therefore, vrata ayudhu kshapanam bhavet. So with this line, the author Vidyaranya Muni has completed the discussion of all the 11 sense organs, 5 sense organs of action, and 5 sense organs of knowledge plus mind. So all the sense organs are handled by whom? That is said in the second line. These are handled by the person who is a karta. Atra aham pratyayi karta iti evam loka vyavastitihi. The one who handles all this, that person is aham pratyayi. Aham pratyayi, that is karta. Aham pratyayi. In every cognition, in every perception, there are 2 cognitions. I see a flower. Flower is their object consciousness. The flower comes to light. That is, I recognize a flower consciousness. So that is, the flower is idam pratyaya vishaya, available for perception of available for the sight perception. Therefore, it is idam. It is an object objectified by the sense organ eyes, and the corresponding vritti in the mind, the flower vritti, pushpa vritti. Therefore, idam vritti. Object is there. I recognize the object, the flower. So idam pratyaya, that is one pratyaya meaning cognition. Idam pratyaya vritti, idam pratyaya. Idam pratyaya is there. Now, to whom this idam pratyaya is? Idam pratyaya, this is a flower, implies this is a flower for me. I am the karta. The existence of the flower, the perception of a flower, that knowledge, the object consciousness is for me, the I, ahankara. Therefore, in every perception, this aham pratyaya is there. In every perception, the subject is the aham karta. Therefore, aham pratyayi karta iti loka vyavastitihi. I, ahankara is there. So every pratyaya has got, every cognition has got 2 pratyayas. Idam pratyaya and aham pratyaya. Idam pratyaya is object consciousness. Aham pratyaya is aham karta. I am the knower. I am the doer. I am the talker. I am the seer. I am the smeller. Without being said, that is there. Aham pratyaya. So karta iti loka vyavaharaha. Lokasya vyavaharaha. Loka vyavaharaha. Loka vyavastitihi. It is loka vyavastitihi. So therefore, in the lokika, in the vyavahara, karta bhavati. Aham iti abhimani karta bhavati. Aham abhimani, the person, jiva, becomes karta. Because for him only all these anubhava, all these perceptions are. Who perceives? An object is perceived, there should be a perceiver. The perceiver is karta. The perceiver, the knower, if he does, he becomes a doer. So that ER, who is that ER? This aham pratyayi. Aham pratyayi karta iti. Loka vyavastitihi. That is how we interact with the world. So, therefore, Agam pratyaya vishaya karta, agam pratyaya vishaya, that the person, that conscious being who is involved in every transaction of the world, that person is a basic person. That person is the basic person. That agam pratyaya pratyayi, that agam pratyayi, pratyaha asya asti iti pratyayi, referring to that person, the basic person, the one who transacts with the world. Who transacts with the world. For him only there are object consciousness. He only perceives the object. So this is the vyavastha. This is the vyavahara for him in the world. For whom? For this basic, for this person. Now, this idam pratyaya, this object that we have seen, it is bhautikam, it is made of matter. And this object or these objects are available for our cognition, for knowledge in the mind, are available for our cognition in the mind. As I said, this is a flower. This flower vritti, where it happens in the mind. So, agam prati karta iti loka vyavastiki bhavati, fine. And this loka vyavastiki, vyavahara in the world is transacts with the world, and the knowledge of the knowledge of the objects, they're all known to him, because of which there is a transaction. And the knowledge, where does it happen? The knowledge happens in the form of the vritti, in the mind only. In the mind only. Therefore, in the mind only it happens. Therefore, what is this mind? Is mind sentient? Agam pratyaya vishaya is sentient. This the ahankara is sentient. With regard to the action, this becomes karta, bhokta, etc. But Shuddha Agam as such, that's what we are going to see later. This Agam as such, without operating through any upadhi, that Agam, that is Satchit Ananda Aham Brahma. But when it transacts with the world through the upadhi, through the sense organ, etc., then this Agam Pratyayi becomes Karta, Bhokta, Ityadi. Now, therefore, this Agam Pratyayi is sentient. Is sentient, being the person, the core person, the basic person. What about the mind? In the mind only all the vrittis come and the knowledge happens for this person, Aham Pratyayi. What about the mind? Is it sentient? That is going to be discussed now. So far, the sense organs have been discussed, and the both sense organs and therefore the sense objects, corresponding sense objects, all these are idam. All these can be referred to idam, available for our objectification. Even sense organs are also, though not available for our pratyaksha, but it is inferred. Therefore, that also idam pratyaya vishaya. Sense objects are idam pratyaya vishaya, sense organs are idam pratyaya vishaya. Sense organs are made of jada, therefore only idam pratyaya vishaya. When something is available for your cognition, it must be other than you. It must be an object. Sense objects are available, it is different from you, therefore idam pratyaya vishaya. Sense organs are also equally idam pratyaya vishaya only. We can infer the presence of sense organs because you perceive sense objects. Perception of sense objects implies the existence of sense organs. Karya anumeyam. Karya, this karna is inferred through the karya. Therefore, sense objects are jada, and by the sense objects are jada, and they are known for the sense organs. Therefore, sense organs are available for our not for pratyaksha pramanam, but anumana pramana, we infer. Therefore, it is also idam pratyaya vishaya. Therefore, idam pratyaya means they are all jada. They are material. It may be sukshma. but still material only. All are material. All these are material only. And mind also, equally mind also. The mind only, the vritti, the object vritti, the object thoughts, the object consciousness. Object consciousness. Object is there and the object comes to light because of consciousness. Agam. That agam we will see later. Now that mind, the mind is where vritti comes. Therefore, what about the mind? Is it sentient or jada? Is it idam pratyaya vishaya or it is agam pratyaya? Or it is the very subject itself? That has to be discussed. Or because all the time we identify with the mind. The mind is active, enthusiastic, then we also feel enthusiastic. We also feel energized. The mind is dull, then we are also dull. As the mind, so also we act. So now, am I the mind? His mind is sentient. Is if it is sentient, then it is not idam pratyavishya. If it is insentient, if it is jadam, then it must be idam pratyavishya. Then mind cannot be me, the Atma. Therefore, I can negate it. As I negated sense organs, as I negated sense objects and sense organs are not me by understanding them, not by understanding them as idam pratyaya. Similarly, I can do the same thing with regard to the mind. Therefore, that is going to be the discussion in the next shloka. Before that, the Sangati to the previous shloka we will read. Etesham buddhistatvat Antakaranadinam sarvesham swaminam aha. There is a swami. Swami is not sannyasi. Swaminam aha. All these are available for the swami. Antakaranadinam sarvesham swami. Who is that swami? Agam iti. That agankara, that agam pratyayi is Buddhist tattvat. All these are Buddhist tattvat. Antakaranadinam. All these are the locus in the buddhi. Influences the mind. Therefore, Antakarnadinam Swaminam Aha. These are for the person. These are for the person, these three gunas. Atra iti. Agam iti pratyavan karta prabhu iti artaha is a prabhu. Agam pratyaya karta is prabhu. If agam pratyaya is not, if agam is not identified in any of the upadhi, then that aham is really a prabhu. But this aham operating through the upadhi, identify the upadhi. Therefore, this agam becomes contaminated. Therefore, karta bhokta iti. Therefore, aham pratyavan, the subject consciousness. Consciousness is true. The subject without the object is true. But the subject related to the object is not true. A subject as a subject is there without the object, then it is a truth. But for the subject, there are objects. There is a difference. There is a differentiation of the differentiation of the subject object. Then the subject becomes a samsari, is pratyavan, is karta. For Atma, this Advaita Atma, there is no subject object. For Advaita Atma, there is no subject object. When object is there, then it becomes Dvaita. The Dvaita is Mithya. That is because of Ajnana. So this Agam Pratyavan Karta here, this Agam Pratyavan is Prabhu. Prabhu Ityartaha. For him only, all these are known, all these are available. Therefore, Prabhu. Lokehi Karyakari Prabhu iti eva upadishyate. Prabhu, the master, who handles. For him only all these, for him only all these karanas are available and he handles. Therefore, Karya. Therefore, he has got Loka Vyavahara, Loka Vyavasthiti. It transacts with the world. It transacts with the world. So therefore, Prabhu iti evam upadishyate. It's called Prabhu. Fine. Now, the next shloka, 17th shloka, let us read. There, buddhi is going to be, that antakarna, that mind is going to be discussed. Mind is sentient or is it jada? Let us read. Spashta shabdadiyukteshu
स्पष्टशब्दादियुक्तेषु
स्पष्टशब्दादियुक्तेषु
भौतिकत्वमतिस्फुटम्
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 अक्षादपि तच्छास्त्रयुक्तेभ्यामवधार्यताम्
अक्षादापि तच्छास्त्रयुक्तेभ्यामवधार्यताम्
शास्त्रयुक्तिभ्यामवधार्यताम्
We cannot split here. Akshadavapi tachastram, not shastram. Shastrayuktibhyam avadharyatam. Therefore, we cannot split here online. Fine. Bhautikatvam. Bhautikatvam is Mahabhutanam karyatvam. Bhutebhyaha jatam bhautikam. Karya of the Bhuta. Pancha Mahabhuta. Pancha Mahabhutanam karyatvam bhautikatvam. Bhutebhyaha jataha. Jatam. Born of Bhutas. Born of Pancha Mahabhuta elements. What is born of elements or elemental? Therefore, mind is what born of Pancha Mahabhuta only. Therefore, it is an element. It's elemental. All the Golakas are Bhautikam, elementals. Sharira is elemental. Body is made of this Pancha Mahabhuta. Therefore, body, mind, senses, all these are elementals. Panchabhautikam. The Sharira is Panchabhautika. Combination of all the 5 elements. Elements, the 5 elements in its primal cause, in its original condition. That is Tanmatra. When it combines and when it produces, when it combines and produces this Antakaranadi, this Indriya Antakaranadi, then it all becomes elementals. So therefore, if elements are matter, what about the elementals? That also matter. All are made of Pancha Mahabhuta. Therefore, matter only. Body is matter. It's very clear. Body, gross body is matter. Sukshma Sharira also is matter. Sense organs are matter. Prana also matter only. Prana Sharira, Pranamaya Kosha. Annamaya Kosha is matter. Pranamaya Kosha is also matter only. Manomaya Kosha is also matter. Therefore, mind is also matter only. So, the Bhautikatvam of Shariram, it is sputam. It is clear. Bhautikatvam of Stula Shariram, Annamaya Kosha is sputam. Not only Annamaya Kosha, since all are made from Pancha Mahabhuta, if Pancha Mahabhutas are Jada, matter, then what about its products? That also will be matter only. So therefore, all the sense organs, Akshadau, Api, Akshadau, Indriyadishu, Indriya, etc. All the 5 sense organs. All the 5 sense organs are made of, born of 5 subtle elements. They are matter. They are matter only. But like Golaka, they are not available for our recognition. But still matter only. Golakas are available for our perception, but sense organs are not available, but still matter only, because they are Bhautika, made of Pancha Mahabhuta. Therefore, Spashta Shabdadi Yukteshu, Spashta Shabdadi Yukteshu. Spashta Shabda is Shabda Sparsha Ityartaha. Spashta Shabdad Yukteshu, that is Shabda Sparshadi, Gunaihi, Sagiteshu, Padarteshu. All these are Bhautikam iti Atisputam. Spashta Shabdad Yukteshu, Bhautikatvam Atisputam. This Bhautikatvam, this element, the state of being the elementals, it is very clear with regard to Spashta Shabdadi Yukteshu. Spashta Shabda is this Padartha, Spashta Shabdadishu Shabdasparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha iti Indriya Vishayeshu, and it is Spashta Padarteshu, the gross elements. Gross elements are Bhautika. It is Atisputam. So Spashta Shabdadi Yukteshu referring to that Spashta meaning the Padartha, the object which are available for our perception. All the gross objects. They are made of, they are elementals. They are elementals, it is Atisputam. Sharira, gross body, elemental. The Golaka, the eyes, nose, etc. elementals. Atisputam. You don't require any yukti or shastram to understand this. It is Bhautikatvam, it is Atisputam, very clear. Thus, now, if it is so, then Akshadav api, even Akshadav also. Akshadav means sense organs also. Sense organs not Atisputam as that of the gross, because sense organs are subtle. Gross elements, gross sense organs is Golaka, they are gross, therefore Bhautikatvam Atisputam. But what about sense organs? Sense organs are not available for perception. In fact, you infer, it is Anumanam only. So therefore, it is difficult to understand. Akshadav means Aksha, Indriyadishu. Akshadav, Indriya, that is Panchagyana Panchakarmendriya. Akshadav api Indriya Teshu. Into Indriyeshu, not Indriyarteshu. Indriyeshu, Akshadav, Indriyadishu. With regard to the sense organs, also, with regard to sense organs, even though this Bhautikatvam is difficult to understand, but Shastram is there. Shastra Yuktibhyam Avadharyatam. Shastra Bhautikatvam of the sense organs, etc. Adipadat, other. Indriya Adishu. Indriya Adishu means sense organs of perception. That is Jnanendriya, as well as Karmendriya. The mind also. Because mind also is Sukshma only. It is inferred. Mind, can you see the mind? You cannot see the mind. Mind is inferred. As sense organs are inferred, mind is also inferred. So, with regard to them, even though they are not Atisputam as like that of the gross elements, but Shastra Yuktibhyam, by the Shastram and the Yukti is the logic, supporting the Yukti, analysis, logic. By logic, you can understand. Shastra Yuktibhyam, Avadharyatam, Nischiyata. May you arrive at the Bhautikatvam of the elements, the sense organs and mind by Shastra and Yukti. Avadharyatam. Avadharyatam is note. Avapurvaka dhridhatu. May you conclude, may you arrive. Avadharyatam. Karmani priyaga. Avadharyatam. Nischiyata. How? Shastra Yuktibhyam. Avadharyatam. Because they are not available for Pratyaksha Adi Pramana. How do you perceive sense organs or mind? Not available. Therefore, only way to understand is Shastra and Yukti. Mind is matter. How do you know mind is matter? Does science say mind is matter? It's not available for science also. Science or for right science, psychology is there. Psychology deals with the mind, but what is the proof that mind exists? For them, the mind is located in the brain, some brain cells. So that is, in fact, we say the mind is located in the heart. Shastram says. The Shastram says mind is matter. Mind is matter. It is product of Sukshma Bhuta only. Sukshma Bhutas are matter, material. Therefore, mind is matter only, material. So Shastram is very clear with regard to that. Now, Shastram is very clear, but I want to know by Yukti, so that I can assimilate what Shastram says. So Yukti, the logic. So if therefore, even though Shastram says they are matter, so if I have Yukti, then I will be convinced. Therefore, Shastra Yukti Bhyam. So it is therefore Yukti. The Yukti also Shastra itself gives a Yukti. The Chandogya, there is a statement, Yukti. You will see that if possible today, otherwise tomorrow, next class. Now, therefore, if I know by Yukti, then I will have clear assimilation of what Shastram says. It is impossible to know the mind separating the consciousness. The mind and the consciousness. Can you know the mind without the consciousness separating the consciousness? No. The mind is the mind only, in the Antakarnam only, that is Upadhi, through which only the consciousness Chaitanya manifests, and therefore the mind is also inferred. This thought comes, I know this thought, therefore thought is there. The presence of thought is known to me, therefore it implies Chaitanya. And thought is there, that is not me, that is not Chaitanya. Thought is not Chaitanya. If thought is Chaitanya, then same thought has to be there all the time, but it is not. That thought goes away, immediately another thought comes. Therefore, Chaitanyam, Chaitanyam back up the thoughts. The presence of Chaitanyam only, all the thoughts are no. Therefore, the thoughts, nothing but the mind, how will you separate from the consciousness? Therefore, here, Yukti is given in the Chandogya Upanishad. The Chandogya Upanishad, a demonstration is done. That is what constitute for the growth and the survival of the mind. Growth and survival of the mind is demonstrated to show that it is jadam, it is matter. To show that it is jadam, it is matter alone. The food what we consume, it has the annam what we consume, it has got three parts. We can divide into three parts: Stula annam, Sukshma annam, and Madhyama. Stula, Madhyama, Sukshma, in that order. Stula Amsha, Sukshma Amsha, or Madhyama Amsha, and Sukshma Amsha, in that order. Stula, Madhyama, Sukshma. The Stula Amsha of the Annam, the food what we consume, that becomes a waste and it is removed from the body. Stula. The Madhyama Amsha is there. Madhyama Amsha, that becomes the flesh, that becomes the muscle, that becomes the blood, etc. Madhyama Amsha of the Annam. Then the Sukshma Amsha is there. The Sukshma Amsha, that becomes the mind. That mind also has to be nourished. Like the body, which is Jadam, has to be nourished by the Annam, Stula Annam. Mind is also Jada, it also must be nourished. Otherwise, mind cannot function. It also requires Annam. That is why if you fast for days, mind will not function. Therefore, the Sukshma Amsha of the Annam goes to the mind. It is responsible for the survival of the mind, survival and growth of the mind. Therefore, mind is what now? As Stula Shariram is Annamaya, mind is also Annamaya. Mind is also Annamaya. As Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, that is different. Don't confuse with that. But mind is also Annamaya only, Anna Vikara only. Meaning the mind is nothing but made of Annam. Annam is matter. Therefore, mind is also matter. Mind is Karya. Mind is Karya, product. Annam nourishes the mind. Therefore, mind is also matter. Mind born of food. Food is matter. Mind born of food is also matter. It is also Jadam only. It is a demonstrated yukti, logic. Mind is not nourished. Suppose if you don't take food, then what happens? Then mind is not nourished. If mind is not nourished, the mind cannot function. It cannot think. Therefore, anna sattve manasaha sattvam. Anna abhave manasaha abhavaha. When annam is there, mind functions. When annam is not there, the mind doesn't function. Food is there, mind is there. Food is not there, mind is not there. Mind is not there means mind doesn't function. So by this Anvaya Vitireka, this is the Yukti, this is the logic. Anvaya Vitireka Bhyam. Therefore, we can infer that as the food is material in nature, therefore mind also must be material in nature. Therefore, food is material, Annam is material, mind is also material. So therefore, things belong to the same category. They go together. Therefore, mind is what? Jadam, insentient. Iti Yukti, Anvaya Vitireka Yukti, we can arrive at. This is Anvaya Vitireka Nyaya. Therefore, mind is matter is proved. As I told this, that's a Shruti vacuum. Shruti backup is that. Without Shruti backup, we don't say this. Shruti backup is the Shruti says, Annamayam hi somya manaha apomayah pranaha tejomayi vak annamayam manaha apomayam apomayah pranaha tejomaya vak tejomayah tejomayi, because vak is Srilinga, tejomayi. Annamayah Annamayam Manaha. Manaha is the Pumsakalinga. Annamayam Manaha. Apomayaha Pranaha. Tejomayi Vak. Now, Annamaya Manaha we have seen. What about the Prana? To prove that Prana, the same Shruti quotation we can take here. The Tika also he quotes that. Annamayam hi Somya Manaha. Apomayah Pranaha. Tejomayi Vak. Now, Annamaya, from that Annam, we have seen that that mind which is made of Annam is Jadam. It is matter only, it is insentient. Then, Apomayaha Pranaha, what about Prana? The Jalam, the water, Apaha, it contributes to the Prana. If without water, one cannot survive. The a person doesn't die because water is there. No water, nobody can survive. The water also has got three amsha: stula amsha, madhyama amsha, sukshma amsha. Stula amsha of water, again it is wasted as urine. That liquid goes away. Stula amsha. Madhyama amsha, that's converted into blood. That is converted into blood. Madhyama amsha. Sukshma amsha, sukshma amsha of this apaha, the water, that contributes for prana. That is why when the person is thirst, his prana is affected. When a person is thirsty, his prana is affected. He is asking for water because water nourishes the prana. Water is jadam, therefore prana is also jadam. Shastra yuktivyam, avadharyatam. We can arrive at this. Arrive at what? Arrive at prana is also jadam. Similarly, vak, the speech is also. Annamaya is Prithvi. Anna is Prithvi, that we have seen. Apaha is water. Now, Vak means Agni is involved, fire. That is why we say it's a fiery debate. Fire, when you debate, there is friction. Therefore, fire, sparks, it causes friction, misunderstanding. That's why the speech, fire is speech, we say, fear is speech, fire is speech. The speech causes friction, fire. Therefore, in the vak, there is fire, but one has to handle it. It can be sweet also. That is why all the debates we say it's a fiery. Means because there is friction between the people in their language. Even if not a debate, even while talking also. Why we say Priyam Bruyat, that we talk pleasant, Satyam Bruyat, Priyam Bruyat, speaks pleasantly. Otherwise, there will be fire, there will be friction, there will be Agni, the friction will be there. So Agni is responsible for this Vak Shakti. There is a connection, Vak and Agni. So this Agni Tattvam also has got three amshas, Stula Amsha, Madhyama Amsha, Sukshma Amsha. This Stula Amsha of Agni that contributes to the bone. In the Annam, what we consume, all the three amshas are there. In Annam, the food has got Prithvi, food is made of Prithvi. Prithvi is there, food has got water, food has got Agni. All the three are there in the food, in the Annam, what we consume. That is divided into Prithvi, Jalam, and Agni. Prithvi contributes to the mind, and Apaha contributes to the prana. Then Agni is there in the food. That Agni Tattvam, that is divided into three amsha, and Stula amsha of that Agni Tattva of the food, they contribute to the bones of the Shariram. And Madhyama amsha of that contributes to the fat. And Sukshma amsha contributes for Vak Shakti. When Vak doesn't function, it means the Agni Tattvam of the Annam doesn't contribute. There is some problem in contributing for the Vak. Agni Tattvam of the Annam, Sukshma Agni Tattvam of the Annam contributes for the Vak. Therefore, the food consisting of the three only. There is no Shabda Guna in the food, Shabda or Parsha. Prithvi, Jalam, Agni. Food consists of these three. This is what we consume. And Sukshma Amsha of each of these three contributes for the mind, for prana, and for Vak. How do you say? Shastram says, Annamayam hi somya manaha, apomaya pranaha, tejomayi Vak, Shastra yuktibhyam. Therefore, we can understand that mind is also insentient matter only because Annam nourishes that. So therefore only we say, as a food, so the mind. As a food, so the mind. The material, the nature of the material, the nature of the food determines the nature of the mind. Therefore, only Sattvika Annam is recommended. Otherwise, why Shastra recommends Sattvika Annam? Because the status of the mind is determined by, the nature of the mind is determined by the Annam. If you consume hot food, the mind also will become like that. So that is why there is food control, there is taste control. Vak is that the tongue is very, very powerful. It's not only for speech, for even for this tasting, the like for the taste. So therefore only there should be regulation, there should be control with regard to what we consume. Intelligently, one has to consume. That is conducive, so that what we consume may be conducive for the functioning of the mind. So we cannot attribute the problem only to the mind. The mind manifesting the problem as its cause in the food what it consumes, what the person consumes. So this is the karanam. If the karanam is corrected, karya also will stand corrected. If there is problem in the karya, that is in the mind. So it has got direct connection. This the connection cannot be known by other means, only by Shastra Yuktibhyam Avadharyatam, Ishtiyatam, Iti. The Tika we will see. We'll see that in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಶಾಂತಿ. Sharanji, a small basic question. Sorry to ask.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದः.
Yes.
You were saying about I mean, not today's class, about the difference between Upadhi and Upahitam.
Okay.
There is a difference between Upadhi and Upahitam, no, Sharanji?